Hello folks, this is Scott and Ty, and we are playing Australian Duel Commander. I'm on the left, playing Damia, Sage of Stone.
And I'm on the right with Rafiq of the Many. So we recorded this a little earlier. We're basically going to walk you through the plays and what we're thinking when we made them. So both generals are visible on screen as we shuffle up and get ready to play.
Yeah, exactly. So I remember my hand was pretty slow when I opened it. I remember having to mulligan 2 lands, I believe. We'll find out in a second.
Yeah, so I won the roll as well, which is fairly advantageous in a matchup like
that's
this.
That's relevant.
My hand was a little slow with no 1-drops, I believe, but I had a fair bit of acceleration from turn 2 onwards.
Yeah, so my hand's like... Yeah, I'm mulliganing my expensive things. I've got a Vampiric Tutor, a Hinterland Harbour, Vesuva, draw a Black Sun into a No Mercy. No Mercy is a really key card in this matchup. It 4-mana enchantment just basically stops creatures attacking.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
it's like a really good propaganda.
Hit him once, my creature dies.
So yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, so I'm gonna lead off with a Marsh Floods, I believe, here. Yeah.
I bogged you, and you did not crack in response to my dismay.
Because that would have exiled my fetch land.
You sure you don't want to do that, Ty? That would have been fun.
Yeah, so I get a Temple Garden, which is a land I can fetch up with the Marsh Flats this game.
You just have a habit of fetching lands you cannot fetch with all Marsh Flats.
And so this is where I believe I had a fairly solid... Oh, actually, no. I played a Nature's Law? Maybe
Yeah, you went to 2 Nature's Law and you asked if I had a Force of Will.
Yeah.
Yeah,
let's play Nature's Law. It does not get counted.
Search for a Forest, put into play. 2 mana. It's alright.
I think I get a Breeding Pool here?
I thought pretty hard about Force of Will, yeah, but I didn't have a Force of Will, so I decided not to. So I just untapped and drew.
As you do. Play some bad cards.
Yeah, bad cards. Play my second land. It's a Vesuva Cupping Breeding Pool, which is actually a godsend for me because I had no green mana in my opening hand. But we're not going to tell Ty that.
Foolish me walked right into that one. Okay, so we got on tap for the turn here. I can't remember what I drew, but we're going to go crack a Misty. I remember using all mana this turn. This was a fairly solid turn for me.
No, this is where you go in Trigon Predator into Mana Dock.
Yeah,
right.
I think I played was it an Empire?
It was an Everson's problem.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, so we're going to do a sweet turn 4 Trigon Predator into Everson's program.
It's turn 3.
This is turn 3, so my mistake off of Nature's Law. That card is very good.
That card is insane.
It's the best ramp
So
of I've ever
Trigon
played.
Predator, which is the
So
2/3 flyer.
I'm immediately on the back foot just from being on the draw.
Yeah, especially with a fairly solid start like this one.
Yeah, with the acceleration on the play is very, very strong. I remember looking at Black Sun Zenith and looking at the 3 toughness on Trigon Predator.
Crying a little inside.
Yeah, so I've got Breeding Pool in play, Bazooka Bug and Hinterland Harbour. I drew the second green source, so I can cast all manner of Throns.
Yeah, so in this situation, what was running through my head was Scott missed a land drop. And
I didn't miss a land drop.
Didn't you?
No, I'm just
No,
slow.
sorry. He played the Hinterland Harbour, but he had nothing to play, which was unusual, especially because he didn't mulligan too hard, and it just seemed odd.
Were you suspecting a counter spell?
Yeah, you had Breeding Pool open and Hinterland Harbour, so I was expecting maybe a Hinder or a Spell Crumple.
Yeah.
So I didn't really want to play Rafiq into open mana and just get him chucked on the bottom. So I just sort of attacked for 3, which you happily take.
Which is fine, happily take it.
Not having anything hand to play.
Yeah, I actually didn't have anything. My hand, I was sort of hindering on playing Black Sun Zenith to wipe his board eventually.
Yeah, so also, just a note, the spell I have in hand, which you can sort of see is a repeal, which is X and a blue instant. I return a non-land permanent with convert a mana cost X or less to its owner's hand, and then I draw a card. So, in this situation, had he have played something like a Vendilion Click to try and block my Trigon Predator, I could have at least bounced it out of the way.
Yeah. I VT'd for a Sol Ring there, so I could untap and Black Sun Zenith his entire board, not knowing he had the repeal. Like, playing to open mana like this is a little risky, but I kind of need both those things off the board, especially since I'm all in on the Sol Ring.
Luckily for me. So yeah, it fetches up an Underground Seas.
Yep.
Second black mana.
Secure my position. There's a Sol Ring.
Yeah, I was expecting a Damnation here.
Sol Ring at the top. Onto, yeah, I would have preferred a Damnation, but I think getting the Sol Ring was a better permanent game plan.
Yeah, so here I repeal my Dragon Predator back to my hand. Basically, you try and basically keep a threat in play, or sort of in circulation ideally. And now there's that juicy Soul Ring sort of sitting out there waiting to be eaten in a couple of turns.
That was a bit of a blowout.
But luckily for me, I had a Phyrexian Revoker here. Yep, so we got you just shuffling it.
Yeah, for those who don't know about the format, it's like a competitive version of regular Commander, starting at 30 life. The games are a lot more like Eternal events, more like Vintage and Legacy. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of powerful things.
The Tectonic Edge was good here too, because if I ever stumbled, you can knock me completely out of the game.
So I named Soul Ring off the Phyrexian Revoker. Obviously, it comes down, knocked him off 2 mana, which meant he wouldn't be able to go sort of land Damia, or basically play a solid threat from hand.
So I had the Soul. I was feeling pretty good here because I was going to use his Dragon Predator to kill his Revoker, and that would have been pretty game. But
that definitely would have sucked. But
our bloody tie here always has an answer.
Well, like 3 in this situation. So yeah, as you can see, I drew a Green Sun Zenith, which was fairly good in a situation like this. It allows me to tutor up anything I wanted, but there are a few other things I was sort of considering.
Yeah, like, I don't know, a Phantasm.
So yeah, what that would allow me to do was copy the Star of Temptation and actually get back my Trigon Predator, which at the moment is fairly beefy. Being a 2/3 in the air means it can block Souls all day.
It's the biggest creature I can't deal with a 2/3. No, I just don't want to deal with a 2/3.
Yeah, so we take 2 off that Hide Fountain.
You can't massacre a 2/3.
No, just can't do anything. Yeah, and I thought a little bit about some of my players. I had quite a few options, with the Green Sun Zenith being able to tutor up any sort of creature. I think
that was me getting confused because I took your life settle down off my vampire shooter. That'd be much better if we did that.
Yeah, unfortunately, while playing the game, we did not have digital.
Yes. So here comes the Rafiq, which I did not force it will because I still didn't have it.
Luckily for me.
He took it back and he bashes
Gets in for 6 with
6. I block here because I have an Eternal Witness in hand. My plan is to Eternal Witness my Sora and then play it again maybe next turn and try and stabilize.
Should I have a kill spell here? Or?
But this is where I Gilded Drake your Rafiq, I believe.
Oh yeah. Creature swapping ahoy.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. No, I slammed the No Mercy. That's right. I had the No Mercy from very early on in the game, and I was planning to sort of ride that for a bit because that's very good here.
Yeah,
if you didn't have an answer, it would have been very strong.
Yeah. So here, obviously, Scott not knowing I had the Crimson Zenith in hand meant I basically had to weigh up. I could attack for 3 first strike damage with just the Trigon Predator, and actually kill the No Mercy. But in doing so, would kill my Trigon Predator. So I was sort of considering that. The other option was to use the Green Sun Zenith now, find an answer for it, and in doing so let me push through a bit of extra damage and also connect for...
Which you decide on doing.
Yeah.
Because you get the Chrysali Prime Mage,
yeah.
which pushes through, what, 6 damage?
Bit of a tricksy play, yeah. I believe I hit with the Rafiq. So yeah, we Green Suns for 2 here.
Yes, you dome me for 10 here.
Yeah, so... what you see is I'll attack with just the Rafiq, getting 2 Exalted triggers from the Pride Mage and the Rafiq, turning him into a 5/5, and before he deals damage, in the Declare Blocker step, I will use the Pride Mage to block the No Mercy. Which is quite interesting.
Hilarious.
Was for me anyway. Yeah, so we'll see me do this in a second. Also, Invisible is my nice and shiny black border chocolate island.
Which we printed this morning. When do you get your own cards?
Yeah, soon. So there goes the No Mercy. And Scott
My life total drops to 10. I was from 24 to 14, taking 10.
There's a lot of damage.
My hand is appalling right now.
Yeah, I also took advantage of the fact that he was suddenly a fair bit behind on mana, and also only had 2 black sources, which the Tech Edge swiftly dealt with.
Yeah, so I can't untap and draw Damnation here. I untapped, and I believe... it's hard to see. I don't show my hand very often.
Yeah, bit sneaky.
No, this is the Gilded Drake. It's like the Gilded Drake Rafiq to stop the nonsense, because that's just so much damage. Trying to stem the flow by reducing it to just a 3/3, not a 3/3 a million.
Rafiq of the multiple casualties.
Yeah. And this is where I with the Soa, and basically if Ty doesn't have something, I can pull myself really, really far back into the game.
Yeah, still.
And maybe even take over it.
3/3 flyer, but luckily he was playing against me, so of course I had an answer here. I
It was a
believe.
good one too.
Was this these?
You with the repair.
Yeah, that's what it was. Which definitely put you on the back foot. Like
So you thought about this play? What were you thinking about doing?
Yeah. Basically, what it was I had an Internal Witness in hand. I was looking in my graveyard. There were a few things I could bring back. But the repair was mainly the juiciest one, so I could consider bouncing sort of my Phantasmal Image or the Gilded Drake. Actually, sorry, not the Gilded Drake. That doesn't come back to my hand. But yeah, I was considering bouncing my Phantasmal Image for...
And killing it.
And killing it, yeah.
That's probably
That's probably why I settled on not doing that.
I think you made the correct play.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, so you didn't actually do anything. You just simply attacked me down to 7.
Pass turn here.
And then I Soa.
Which snatches back the Gilded Drake, so yeah, I hit you for half your life total and just pass turn. I can't remember why exactly I did that. I can't see my hand either. Alrighty, so this is where you bash in for, well, I believe it was about 6
It's
with
6
the
of
Internal
the
Witness.
Rafiq, yeah. Well, it's not going to block anything, and Rafiq can block the Revoker, so may as well get some free damage in.
Yeah, so after dealing with the Soul Ring with the Trigon Predator, I thought, yeah, there's no reason I'm not attacking with him when I've got a
Vanilla 2-1.
a bunch of flyers, yeah.
It all came down to the flyers this game.
I believe it was this turn I may have drawn the Eternal Witness.
Okay.
This turn, sorry, yeah, so give me a little more to think about.
You lucky sausage.
Yeah, it's not the worst, right? Yeah, I remember the issue was
oh, that's right. You actually have.
I was 1 mana short of being able to bounce his Soul or the Rafiq this turn.
Okay.
Because yeah, it was three to play the Eternal Witness, and an extra bunch.
My hand at the moment is 2 Titans. I can't cast either of them, and they're not that great at the moment anyway.
That Prime Time would have been bad.
Prime Time would have been good a few turns ago with the Soul Ring, maybe.
Yeah.
Get some Maze of Id action going.
So yeah, if I here I was mainly considering, the issue was I was one mana short of being able to bounce the Soa and get the Gilded Drake sort of back on my side of the field, which definitely would have helped considering he was on 3.
This is a crippling play here. This is basically the end for me. Bring back the repeal means you can just instant speed away my Soa, and I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do about that.
I think this is where you had the snap.
I drew Grave Titan for my turn, I think, and I was thinking about upkeep Snapcaster VTing here, but I don't think I can do anything on 1 life with only 2 mana. Abrupt Decay is an answer here. Abrupt Decay would have killed any of his creatures, but the repeal is still a thing, and I still would have lost. I was like, I want to leave open the opportunity to draw Damnation or Cryptic Command, because if I VT'd, I just couldn't draw those cards.
Yeah, so here the Rafiq was threatening a fair bit of damage, which he did actually come in for
8 this turn.
damage here. Yeah,
Rafiq on his own is 8 damage. Knocking into 18, but
Unfortunately,
you
you
weren't
were
too
faded
stressed.
by-
You could have blocked it if it was an issue.
Yeah,
But
the
your
Ewit
Eternal
sort of
Witness.
didn't do much there.
Well,
luckily I didn't block.
it would stop me attacking with other ground creatures.
Yeah. And also, I believe, dealt the lethal blow.
Oh,
So
very
here,
sure.
here I was looking at end of turn.
No,
reveal.
Eternal Witness didn't do it. You've got 2 flyers.
Menu, block, remove that. Yes. Yeah, so end of turn I was considering, repealing maybe away a Gilded Drake to get through some extra damage, but I thought, nah, I thought I'd sort of play into a counter spell if you have one.
Because bouncing the Soul Ring with Gilded Drake is a blocker anyway.
Yeah, so
It gets in for 5 with the
here
flyers.
I drew a Meddling Mage, which was interesting because I sort of had to tank for a bit, trying to decide what he could possibly have. I was pretty sure he had to have something. He had triple blue open.
Spoilers, I had nothing.
So here I roll that Meddling Mage. Resolved. I decided to name Cryptic Command. It seemed pretty backbreaking.
That's a fair choice.
Tap my dudes.
I would have countered the Meddling Mage if I had the Cryptic.
And tapped all my dudes in the process.
Yes.
Yeah, we go straight for the repeal.
I still have nothing. I still have 2 Titans and a Snapcaster next.
Resolves, and we decided to turn things sideways and get in for lethal.
That's 2, 4, 6.
Attack with the Ewit.
I can block the Ewit and take 4, and I still got to go to lethal. That's it.